Hello, everybody. We are live on the patio with Max. I'm just getting a second device up for Facebook. Assuming that's going to work out for me. What do you think, buddy? Yeah, it's a patio party. We've even got eggies on the patio for you, hon. But you got to wait for a minute, okay? You got to wait for a minute. We got to get our Facebookies going, okay? Oh, there we go. Let's try that. What do you think, Max? The camera's way over here, though, okay? With the cameras. So I'm going to say hello to people in just a minute. Oh, I've got a second device out with me today, my old cell phone. I've just got it hooked up to Wi-Fi. I'm going to use that for our Facebook. Fortunately, I've not had it hooked up in a bit, so it's just giving me 1,005 notices. Oh my goodness, let's take a quick look here while that is finishing booting, Max. Can I flip this? There we go, flippy flippers. There we go. Hey, Max. So, Grayson Keen's here. Hi, Becky. Hi, Esther. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, and happy Saturday. Yeah. Hi, Karen. Hi, Marco. I see I've got a super chat. I'm going to get to that one in just a second. Is Raisin Keen here today? I know she was off on a really marvelous road trip with Minnie Max and Minnie Einstein and Keen. And go see the birth of a very special baby. Hey, Marco. Tango. Hello, Tango. Yeah, now notice in the comments, we've got some top fans happening today. That's a new thing that YouTube's rolling out. And most active fans are getting a crown. So that's kind of fun. Oh my goodness, Raisin Keen says hi all from Keen and Mom Sharon today from a delivery room in Illinois. She's having to be induced, but everything's going good. Oh my goodness, I'm shocked you're here. But welcome. How was your trip? Hey, Bird Love. Tango. Tango's got a poem for you, Max. Tango sent a super chat of $5. Yeah. Can I get a buck for that? Let me read this to you. If you find you're missing Max, there's something you can do. Put eggies in a cone and Max will fly to you. So he's more likely to run over to me. So did somebody say eggies, Max? Somebody say eggies? Oops, what's over here? Can you turn around, honey? You want to turn around? Turn around. Turn around. Keep turning. Turn around. You can do it. Look, you can use me if you need to turn around. I know my knee's not that big. Step. Good job. Did you get eggies on a patio? Oh, what's a lucky birdie. Eritaka says it's their birthday. Can you say happy hatchiversary to Eritaka? We've got a great little video for you, a hatchiversary video. I cannot link it myself, but it's something worth watching in the end. And if somebody has full access to search, you can paste it in for us and we'll release the link. But yeah, it's an amazing little one. So I want to wish you a happy hatchiversary. Do we have any other hatchiversaries happening today? Oh my goodness, look at everybody joining us. Oh, Sylvia, yeah, I know. Hey, Max, can I get a buck? Can I get a buck? I know there's more eggs, Mom, and I can't think about balking until I eat. So we'll try for that balk in a couple minutes, okay? Burb Love says amazing thunder and lightning. What's this with the thunder and lightning? I'm going to flip up into the holder and I'm going to get the next device going. We had an awesome storm last night. Sheet lightning that was lighting up the sky, and it was just constant flickering. It looked like, it looked like strobe light. It really, really did. And constant grumbling of thunder. Oh, you Steve? No, why is this loose? Didn't we do this? Didn't we just do that? Okay, we're going to tighten that a little bit for you, okay? You thought you'd get away with it, but we're not getting away with it, honey. We're not getting away with the loose harness today. No, no. We are not. You sometimes do that on purpose, don't you? I'm going to see if I can get a Facebeak going. Now that this has finished booting and collecting 150 notifications. So this is always kind of exciting. See if I can log in. I mean, there's always a possibility I can't. But yeah, we had an amazing storm. But the water that was coming down, I don't think I've ever seen rain quite so bad. It was an amazing deluge. And I mean, it looked like there was a river going down the road. Correction, there was a river going down the road. It was a temporary river, but holy crap, was it ever going down that road. It was, okay, there's Max. Okay, switching over to Max. The rain was just coming sideways. We had snow. I know it's snow in July, and it sounds a little bit trite, but I've seen snow every single month of the year. The road out here was completely it was completely flooded. It was actually closed because we had flooding down at the end. I posted some pictures on YouTube. I'm not sure, did I put them in the members only section or the regular section? Maybe somebody can tell me, but we had the police shutting down all of the roads, and it was pretty amazing. Is this me? That is me. Okay. There's a live. Let's go live on Facebook as well, honey. It's taken me a minute. I know. Okay, flash is off. Okay, and I'm just going to say Patio live stream. Okay. It's a little bit awkward to do multiples. There we go, Max. It's Max on the patio. Now, Max, I need to set this in here. Okay. Okay. I'm hoping I'm live. I just need to get up and go check where that camera's pointing. Okay, Max, let's go check where that camera's pointing. Yeah, that camera is pointing somewhere reasonable. It's showing that we're live on Facebook. And unfortunately on Facebook I cannot flip it around, so I cannot read comments until I pick up the camera. But I now know I got a placement. So we are back with Max. There we go, Max. On my knee? On my knee? Are you hungry? What's in here? What's this? So yeah, we thought we'd do something a little bit different today on that patio. So if you're joining us, back up in the comments. Give us a big hello. Yeah? Grab yourself a coffee and maybe an egg or two. Yeah, Max gets his eggie. Don't drop any, honey. It's too good to drop. I'll put my hand underneath, okay? Yeah, I know. Life's better with an eggie. So it's our Saturday morning stream, but yeah, we just thought we'd do something a little bit different today. It's a bumblebee, Max. You don't snap at bumbles. So yeah, I'm gonna grab this camera. So you're gonna see me talking about cameras, and I've got 2 of them on the go. Oh my goodness, look at all those comments. Yeah, Raising Cane, you're here as long as you're here, and it's okay if you gotta go. We understand completely. I mean, a grandbaby, that is so exciting. If you got to go, just let us know, and our other friends online here will answer some questions. If you're joining us on Facebook and you can answer some questions there, great. I'm going to try and check comments on Facebook a couple of times as well, but because I'm using two different devices and I'm on the patio and I don't have a monitor to read comments on, it's a little bit exciting. Right, Max? Airtaka, we'll get you that Bok in a minute. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hi, Cherry. Marco's been a member of Give Us a Bok Bok for 9 months. That is our special membership on YouTube. We also have a membership channel on Facebook. Facebook is called Max the Moluccan Supporters. It's available through our profile. It's a way of getting us, buying us a digital cup of coffee each month, getting a little bit of extra content. We got some extra goodies for you. I mean, if you do an order through our Etsy or something, we'll get you some extra goodies. Einstein. Hello, Einstein. Karen is busy saying, is that your home? It looks messy. So, Karen, maybe you're referring to all that gravel over there, or maybe the knockdown plants. That's a result of yesterday's storm. I live in a townhouse, so we actually have outdoor maintenance. It's part and parcel of living in a townhouse. So if you're commenting on some of the plants out there, I mean, it is what it is. I'll clean up my potted plants a little bit later. I did not get outside earlier today after the storm, but last night, trust me, there was nothing to clean up after that storm. It was coming down until well into the wee hours. Yeah, everyone's getting heavy snow and rain. Well, rain. Adore says, in your opinion, pistachios or hazelnuts? Max says walnuts. Yeah, it's walnuts here. Tango says, I's poop in your shoes if you be's mean. And he's been a member of Give Us a Bok Bok for 10 months. Once a month you get a membership message as well, which is kind of cool. Hi, Moo. Hey, Steven. Yeah, Tiffany. Hello. Now, I may not say hello to quite everybody, but I'm trying to manage everything here on the patio. Hello, Steven. Thomas. Mountain Girl's here. Hey, Mango. Parrot. We've got another parrot named Mango. That's kind of cool. Anne Marie, oh my goodness, and I'm just scrolling here quickly. Mountain Girl's asking, have they finished the work outside? Not yet. They're still doing hail repair work from last year, and we've got workers on site as well. Max, I'm going to just grab the second device for a minute, bring it over. Lori! No, we did not turn into a duck last night, Lori. But it was close. Oh my gosh, that storm was amazing. It had the road shut down. The dry pond is overflowing. The dry pond is in real danger of overflowing on a major road that drives past it. There's only a very thin strip of land between it and that. A dry pond, for those of you who don't know, is stormwater management. And it turns into a pond when there's heavy rain. They're not intended to get all the way full, but last night ours overflowed right onto the main road out front here. And the main road out front here was completely closed. And we've got, lots of gravel. It's been knocked out. My plants don't look marvelous. They got well beat up by the storm. But, that's part and parcel of it. Yes, Lori, Wally nuts are Max's favorite. And the last time he got Wally's in the shell was from you. And Tico says thank you profusely. TCal was excited. Max and Mango love them too. I mean, they are a flock favorite. All right, Lori, so good to see you. I'm going to pop this camera back into the holder. Oops. And I'm going to come back to my YouTube comments. And if you are on Facebook and you suddenly notice that my camera is pointed in a weird direction, you can't see us, and you don't think you're getting our attention, just bounce over to YouTube. I'm trying to keep, I can see those comments at least from the front. And if you throw something up with a lot of emojis, it's pretty hard for me to miss. So Max, I've got coffee. Coffee's just for me. Man, that's good. Oh, it's actually too strong. I have more eggie for you. How about we get to this piece of eggie? Do you want an eggie? How about a bok bok first? Can I get a bok bok bok? Bok bok. Bok bok for eggies. Can I get a bok bok bok? Oh, you're gonna go poop, are you? Oh, let's move your harness. Where's your harness? What's going on? Yeah, you can go poop there. You can go poop poops. Can I get a bok bok bok? Can I get a bok bok bok? Bok 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 for eggies. Bok bok. Mama, I don't trade bok boks for eggies. Can I get a bok bok bok? Okay, we'll try again in a little bit, Max. I'm gonna go back on my knees. There's some eggies. Yeah. Are the eggies good, honey? Yeah, I know you have to stand on one foot to eat them. Life's terrible. Nobody else is holding them for you. And I'm guarding them from the outdoor birdies. I know, eating outdoors. What a lucky bird. So I'm just on my, there we go. You see a little bit of a shot of where I'm set up. Over there, you can see some gravel that's knocked out. You can see the plants have gotten well beat up. Even down here, these plants have been beat up. My umbrella did really good. And we've got a lot of dirt that's been kicked out by that storm, but it was amazing how hard and how fast it came down. Thanks, Melissa. Melissa says you're a handsome boy. Okay. Flames, we don't put up with those type of comments. I've just deleted that one comment. It has no place here. We do not put out any hatred. And I'll point out something about Indigenous people. They were here long before we were. And we have respect for them. We actually probably should do a land acknowledgement because we are on what was their land originally. Oops, I don't think you expected that, did you? Yeah. Yeah, well, we've actually had two major storms this week. Oh, sorry, I took off my glasses to read comments for a minute. Two really major storms. Wednesday night, Tuesday night, I guess it was. Yeah, I guess it was Tuesday night. It was Wednesday morning. We had really severe lightning and thunderstorm. No, it was Wednesday night. I was right the first time, Wednesday night. But it was super active, and it hit a number of things causing power outages. We had power out for hours, and that's why our Thursday regular video did not make it out. We were working on it when the power went out. Actually, we'd taken a small break from it to watch the storm just because it was so active. And there's something amazing about watching a thunder and lightning storm. It's nature's light show. It's gorgeous. And I actually had the blinds up so I could watch. And I was sitting in a dark room. I'd ready to put the birds to bed. And I saw a really bright flash, and then it got really dark, and I thought, wow, my eyes are taking a minute to acclimatize. Nope, it was actually, I think it hit a transformer over by the power station, which is not too far away from us. And yeah, it took out our power well into the wee hours of the morning. I think the power came back on around 3 a.m. Woke up Mango, and he did not appreciate suddenly an increase in ambient light and the beep of things turning on, and the rabbit air filter suddenly starting, and yeah, he really was upset by that. Went back to sleep pretty quick, but he thought he'd scream and let the world know. But yeah, it's pitch dark when that power goes out, and that doesn't happen very often. The previous time the power went out, tell the story, we'll get you some more eggs and we'll try for a bok. Okay, Max? The previous time the power went out for a significant period of time, Tico was playing on the floor, and he was playing with a paper bag. And he walked into the bag, and I don't know how he did it, but he flipped the bag over upside down on himself. And I was kind of laughing at him, saying, "You goose." And just as he flipped it over on himself, the power went out. And that meant it got really, really dark, really, really quick. And yeah, so I had to grab my cell phone for a flashlight. Other birds were playing inside the cages, which was good, so I secured them. I figured that Tico was going to stay put, and I knew where he was, so I wouldn't step on him. He was inside the bag, and he just got really, really, really quiet. And I set up a few sources of battery-operated light. It was still pretty dark. And then moved the bag, and he's standing there looking at me going, "I'm never walking into a bag again. Those things are scary." It went dark, and it broke lights. I'm sure Tico believes that the paper bag was responsible. Cause and effect, right? Well, I tucked him back into the cage. If I've got a power outage, that's the safest spot for the flock. This way I know where they are. They get kind of upset when it's that dark, and that's when weird things happen, and they're usually trying to say, "Hey, Mom, turn on the lights," and they'll get grumpy with me if I don't listen to them. And lighting at that point was a little bit out of my realm of possibility, right, Max? So I had a few battery-operated lights. I actually need to hit IKEA and grab another package of those, Max. The LEDs, believe it or not, they've burnt out. Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at them yesterday. When the power went out, I was upstairs and the flock was downstairs. The worst thing for Mango is sudden movement next to his cage when he cannot explain it. And since the lights had completely gone out, I was safe upstairs and the flock was safe downstairs. I was not going to walk through their room to go grab some of the lights that were stashed down there. So, yeah, it was pretty dark, wasn't it, Max? Yeah. So it was dark for me upstairs, and I just went to bed early. Yeah, the lightning kept lighting everything up, so I could see what I was doing to a certain degree. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Raising Cane. Awesome. Yes, Tango, you are number one. YouTube has top fans enabled, which is tagging people based on the top fans for this live stream. So to earn a top fan, just to interact with the stream, give it a like, give it some comments, interact with other people. That's going to earn you points to a top fan badge. It's kind of fun. I love gamifying streams. Carrie says, I think Karen's being a Karen. But here's the thing, Carrie, that's confusing. I know a number of people named Karen who are the sweetest people. I mean, it's, the name is sort of a little bit unfair to people who were born with that name and who are super, super sweet and super nice people. So I always kind of refrain a little bit from using that name because I think it's unfair to the individuals who have it. Because I think when I think of Karen, I think of all of my nice friends named Karen. So let's just call them a troll because I think that's probably the best way to call it. Yeah, Gorgy Cat is one of the nice ones. So is Bird Love, right? Raising Cane, absolutely keep us posted. Sending our love to your daughter. So awesome. Send up some love for Raising Cane in the chat. Just toss up some emojis of hearts so she knows that we've got her support. Super, super, super exciting. And if you are here, I think Uncle Kay might be around to do a bit of moderating if we have somebody who needs a wrench swung. If something's going weird on Facebook and you can let me know on YouTube, that would be great. Just hop over here and just comment in the chat. And if you're a regular here and you see some questions in the chat, I mean, feel free to answer them. You guys know the answers. Max is 31 years young. He has a flock. You know the questions we always get. Yeah. And that way you can also help welcome our new friends, because we are super welcoming, super friendly folks here. Yeah, the true flockers. Yeah, Bird Love, it is amazing. I've got a super sticker I just need to scroll down to find. Hi, Oscar. Melissa. Yeah, it is a beautiful day. Okay. I need scroll. I'm looking for it, folks. Oh, there it is. Sylvia. Sylvia sent $2 super sticker. Thank you, Sylvia. And I think there's another one down there, too. Melissa Cruz. Melissa sent $4.99 super chat. Oh, my goodness. We love you, Melissa. I'm trying to heart it. I can't. Here we go. Oh my goodness. We'll see if we can get that Bok Bok going for you guys. And girls. And folks. We want to be inclusive here. So Max, I'm going to stand up for a minute with you, okay? Come on up. Uppity up. Black Cat's been here for 8 months. Give us a Bok Bok. So Max, I'm going to see here if I can get a Bok Bok from you. And I'm going to switch. I'm just going to try and mirror an angle here. Folks on Facebook, I'll fix that in a minute. If I'm off, Max, oopsies. That was not quite the angle I wanted. No. There we go. I'm just trying to mirror angles here between two phones so I can see, so I see where we're at. Max, can I get a Bok Bok Bok? Hello? Can I get a Bok Bok Bok? Bok Bok Bok. Bok Bok Bok. That's right. That's right. A Bok and a bark. That is amazing, Max. I'm actually just going to step over here for a minute, folks. So Max is just showing off. Yeah, I'm wearing one of our Max shirts today. I can see that I'm on YouTube and I'm hoping I'm on Facebook okay. Hello, everybody. It's Momager here. Yeah, this is one of our Max the Moluccan shirts. This one's a design that we call Crest, and it says Max the Moluccan on it. You can also get this shirt without the text if you prefer. We're actually moving our shirts so that we are selling them off of our own Etsy store. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. We need to fix the posting a little bit about them. But what we've got is we'll have a few shirts in stock. But if you're looking for a color or size that's out of stock, two things are going to happen. Number one, we're going to make it for you. You just have to tell us color and style. If you want this design on gray or on white or on red, that's one of our options, and you want it in a youth medium, actually we can do the youth sizes too. If you want it in an adult large or extra large or small, just let us know. We'll make it happen. Second thing that happens on our Etsy store, even with the special order sizes, pricing is exactly the same as for the shirts that we have in stock. Only difference between the shirts in stock and the shirts that we need to do a special print run for you on, mostly because I don't have enough space or enough money to stock every single size and combination. We've got 3 different designs. What would it be? Medium, large, extra for 8 sizes and 5 colors. I mean, that's an awful lot of shirts to have in stock. So we'll get them done if we don't have them in stock. If they're in stock, they can ship within a couple of days. If they're a special order, it's a couple of weeks, but don't worry, we'll still get them to you. This is one of the shirts that's available. Super comfy. I mean, just look at that. Max the Moluccan, crest up, very classic. And what I'm going to say to you is if you do an order off of our Etsy store today and you say the word, I'm going to give you the magic word, so you had to have been watching the streaming here, Patio, you're going to get an extra treat sent to you with your shirt. If it's a special order shirt and you are ordering from overseas, we can ship there as well. Some of our special order shirts, we're setting it up so that we can ship them from anywhere in the world. And if you do order there, your extra special surprise, you're going to get a piece of Max mail that's separate from your shirt, so you're going to get 2 packages from us. If if it's coming from Max Central, it'll all be tucked together in the package. It might, so the magic word there is patio, only good for this week. So if you've been watching this stream this week, and we'll tuck in an extra goodie for you. And if you are a supporter on the page, either here or on the Facebook supporters page, let us know that as well. Let us know your username so we can confirm that you are who we believe you are. We know most of our folks, but just in case it's a different name, let us know. And we'll do something extra special for you. How many extras, Max? Can I get another Bok Bok Bok? Bok Bok. I know, Max. It's amazing to be a bird. But yeah, so I just wanted to talk about the shirts. Now, our Etsy store, we've got all sorts of goodies on it, right, Max? We sure do. Oops, I'm just going to tuck in the cameras. I need to change the angle of the camera. Whoopsies. Oh, come on, Mr. Camera. Sorry, folks. Sometimes takes me a minute to just get everything pointed right. There we go, Max. You want to go up back on my knee? All right, let's move these cameras back. There you go. All right, where's this one pointing? I hope I'm pointing to the right spot. There you go. Awesome! It is awesome, Max. It really is. Okay, I'm going to pick up my Facebook people for a minute. Uh-oh, I accidentally paused the thing. Oh my goodness, Evelyn sent us 200 stars, Max. Oh, Susan H. says, I got the coasters and they are nice. Yes, Angie, we can do blue. Yep. And yes, we still have Max's GoFundMe going. If you want to support Parrot Rescue in honor of Max the Flock, in honor of Max's 31st anniversary, we've still got that one running. I was planning on saying thank you to everybody from that today, but I'm limited on what I can pull up because I've got 2 cameras going and I don't have a third device. So I'm going to do that call out on a special live stream. Yeah, that is amazing. Susan, I'm glad you liked the coasters. Did you get one of each design? I'm trying to remember what you ordered. I think you got one of each design. Yeah, and we ship our goodies worldwide. We have on our Etsy store. If you don't know how to get to it, go to www.maxthemoluccan.com. Our Etsy store has all sorts of goodies. We have the coasters. We have magnets, keychains, acrylic pins, lapel pins. They're pretty cool. They can be used for so many things. I hear some people use them on bulletin boards. Other people use them for stitch counters. Some people use them on hats or bag straps or as decorative pins. What else have we got, Max? We've got necklaces. We've got some Max jewelry. Yeah, those are pretty. We have bookmarks. We have the shirts, of course. Oh my goodness. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff, but we've got grab bags as well. If you want some Max merch and you don't know what you want, you can pick up a grab bag. And they are, there's different sizes. And the thing with the grab bag, you might get something that we've got extra stock of. You might get something that we're ending the run on and we've only got 1 or 2 left and we're no longer selling it on the store. You might get something brand new that we've not listed on the store yet. That happened to one of our followers. They were really shocked when they got themselves some Max fridge poetry, some Parrot poetry. Fridge poetry magnets with lots of little words from the flock. Magnet of the flock, just amazing. We got lots of fun little stuff, right, Max? So those ones, if you get yourself a grab bag and you've got something to comment to us, for example, if you absolutely love African Greys, if you absolutely love Tico and you're the huge Tico fan, let us know. We don't make any guarantees on a grab bag, but it might happen. if you get a grab bag and you let us know what your shirt size is. No guarantees there's going to be a shirt in a grab bag, but if we know what size you take, it might happen. You never know, right, Max? The other thing with grab bags, usually they are stuffed with more goodies than the face value. So if you get a $20 grab bag, you're probably going to get $25 worth of goodies, maybe more. But yeah, we always make sure they are really good value, right, Max? Yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm just looking here at comments on Facebook, then I'll come back to YouTube, friends. Hi, Linda. How are you today? It's awesome. Yes, Paul, we are enjoying a beautiful day outside. Hey, Bev. Yeah, it's gorgeous out here. It really, really is. It's fun to see how many people are chatting on Facebook today, too. Linda got her coaster and she loves it. Yeah, they are kind of fun. They're a really, really heavy coaster board. So a heavy, heavy cardboard. They're very absorbent. Oh, it's okay, Max. It's sort of it's sort of almost a bar style coaster. Printed full color, full bleed, which means the ink goes right off the edge of the coaster. Some people are using them decoratively. I've done a little bit of testing with coasters, and I have coffee going all day, and when I'm drinking my coffee, I've always got the rings coming from my coffee cup. They last. They really do a good job of lasting, because that's something I was also concerned about. If you use them daily, you're probably going to need a new one before 10 years is up. I can guarantee that. But I mean, they are really, really cool. I'm thinking they could also transition to, make some really neat Christmas ornaments and whatnot. So we've got two different designs. We've got the flock design with all four birds, and we've got a Max design. One's on a blue background, one's on a dark green background. And the fun thing with the coasters, we can do mix and match. If you are just buying one, you just tell us which one you want. If you want four, you can say, I want four the same. I want to mix 2 and 2. Now, we don't have this on Etsy, but if you wanted one of Max and 3 of the flock, and you were doing a 4 coaster pack, just let us know in the comments. Just let us know on an order note. We can make these things happen. We're always happy to mix and match. Same with Parrot poetry. Parrot poetry comes with all the little words, and it comes with one magnet of Max. But if you've already got the magnet that comes in the set, or if you'd prefer to have a magnet of mango, Tico, or Tikal, let us know, and we'll do the substitution for you, absolutely no charge. So, we can't substitute out the words, but we can substitute out the magnet that goes in with it, and that is pretty awesome. Yeah, it sounds like they're doing some lawn work, buddy. Where are they doing it? Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do blue for the shirts, and we can do the size that you need there, Angie. And Angie, remember, a lot of the shirts are going to be what I term special order, which just means they take a few weeks to do in the size and color combo, mostly because I simply don't have the wherewithal to hold stock on every color and every size. Have not won the lottery yet, otherwise I would just stock up with that. But we've been doing a lot of fulfillment through another company called Spring. And, we're still listed up there, so you can still order from them too. But we are transitioning over to using our own Etsy store. We're doing it as a bit of a proof of concept right now. But that means it comes from Max Central. We have a bit more control over what's going out. We get to know our flockers a little bit more. And we've got a little bit more control if there's ever a problem with fulfillment. And I think folks know that we always make things right. Had one person who was really, really upset that they did not get a magnet that they ordered. Now, if you're ordering something like a magnet or sticker, it's going to go for shipping. It's going to go first class letter mail for a couple of reasons. Number one, you don't want to spend 4 times the cost of the magnet on shipping. That just is not math. and we want to be respectful of you, our followers. We want to give you a reasonable price so that you can get a magnet and not have to pay too much for shipping. So we do those ones letter mail. And the cool thing about letter mail, first class letter mail, is it usually gets places faster than even a small packet. So both for speed and whatnot. And we usually have pretty good luck with it. And we had a Canada Post strike a while back. And somebody had ordered one. It should have gotten to them well before the post strike. And they commented that they were upset. They didn't get it. What the heck were we doing? Yada, yada, yada. And they actually gave us a bad review on Etsy. And it's like, no, contact us first. Talk to us first. And I reached out to them. I said, are you sure that you don't have it? And they said, yeah, I'm positive I don't have it. And I thought, maybe it got caught up in the Canada Post strike. And maybe it got delayed, but it should have been able to exit Canada in time. So gave it another little bit of time, didn't arrive, and at that point the Canada Post strike was wrapping up. So as soon as the strike was wrapped up, tucked a replacement in the mail because I wanted to make sure that somebody, treated properly and whatnot. Even though they were a little bit mean to me, it's like, what, I can understand being upset. You order something and it doesn't come. So I tucked one in the mail, and when it arrived, the person messaged me and said, well, it finally got here. And I said, well, that was actually the replacement one that I sent. And then 2 days later, the person was, I guess, taking out some of the recycling, and they discovered that they had an envelope at the bottom of the recycling pile that was the original magnet that had come in weeks and weeks earlier. And they messaged me to apologize, but they didn't update their Etsy rating. So I was a little annoyed because, I replaced it for them. They were abusive to me. They found it was not a problem with us. It was not a problem with the post. It was a problem that it landed in the recycling bin. I can understand that can happen. But come on, edit the review then, right? Because we made it, not only did we make it right, but you also realized that, yeah, you got everything you were expecting at the time you were expecting. It's just, you didn't notice it coming in. So, always kind of frustrating, but, we try to do our best with the Etsy store, right, folks? Yeah. But yeah, lots of goodies in there, lots of stuff that we ship regularly. Hello. Oh, pressed up from Max.
What?
The what? Yeah. Yeah, it is, Susan. It is. Oh yeah. I mean, I believe in customer service. I believe in going above and beyond. Oh my goodness! I just found a way to flip around my camera on Facebook. I'm just putting Facebook back up. Oh my goodness, folks! Facebook's better now. Facebook now, I can see if I've got Max on camera. Oh my goodness. I'm going to grab my YouTube. I'm going to flip that. Whoop. Show live stream. Do not do that. Flip. There we go. Yeah, Carrie, I know. I sometimes think everybody needs to work in a customer service job at some point. And recognize that not everything that goes wrong is intended to be a slight against somebody. And most companies do want things to be right, but you have to be fair. You have to be reasonable. And yeah, if you've ordered something and the mail standards, the delivery standards through something is X days and it takes X plus 2 days, once I've mailed something, I have no control over that. It's, usually our stuff goes out small packet, but if we go small packet Canada Post, we purchase our label, we get it dropped off to Canada Post. At that point, it's out of our hands. Canada Post, I've noticed, sometimes does not scan it in immediately. Sometimes it takes a day, sometimes even 2 days for them to scan it in, which is super frustrating. But then it's on its way, and they do calculate that time in their transit time. But sometimes even it gets handed off to your local post office, and maybe there's a delay there. And, so sometimes things take a couple of days longer than expected. But I've also had things arrive incredibly fast, much faster than expected. And I've had people get upset about that because, I was on holidays and I didn't want the package coming while I was gone. That's the post office sometimes, right? But yeah, Max. Oh boy, yeah. But yeah, we've got, and I don't know if you've ever gotten Max mail, but I'll talk about it for a minute because I think it's super, super cool. So with Max mail, if you're ordering something small and small magnet or sticker, something small, something flat, it will usually come out in a standard envelope, usually with a card. Not necessarily a Max card, but a little greeting card. So we try to make it a nice little something when you open it. It's just something a little special, usually with a handwritten note. It comes direct from Max Central. If you order something dimensional, so here we're thinking about keychains or pins or our fridge poetry, which comes in a little tin. Somebody just messaged me. Is that better for the audio? I fixed it. Oh, I had the phone sitting on the mic on my hand. Thank you for letting me know, Uncle K. Max's Uncle K keeps a good eye on us. Yeah, appreciate that. But yeah. But if you're ordering something a little bit larger, we have got some really, really cool packaging. We've got Max printed bubble envelopes, and these ones are while they last, folks. We only order them when they are on sale, and if they're not on sale, we run out, we go to a regular bubble mailer until the specialty ones we can get again. But they're really, really cool. They're fully printed, full color, Max designs, and I know some folks out there have gotten them, and it's pretty cool. I mean, the mailer itself is quite something. If we've got some other mailers for some larger things. Shirts may or may not come in a Max mailer. It depends where you are, and sometimes we might ship a shirt direct from the U.S. to the U.S., for example. Or if you're in the U.K., we might have it printed locally there and shipped to you locally there just to make up some time. Yeah, Max, I know. Oh, isn't that fun, Max? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you do? Yeah, are you having fun? I've got more eggie for you if you want to turn around, honey. Turn around. Hi, Tyler. Mountain Girl's leaving. Hi, Jordan. Yeah, Jordan says weather is also a big issue with shipping. I used to work for UPS, and people don't always understand that. Absolutely. Jordan, what I'll complain about with shipping, the ones that I'll complain to the shipper about, is occasionally we'll have a UPS or someone who decides to drop something behind our garage rather than their front door. Well, how am I supposed to know what's back there? That's on a roadway. A lot of people actually will drive over top of packages when a shipper does that, and it's pretty dumb when they do that, right, Max? Yeah, it is pretty dumb when they do that. Oh, we got a weed whacker coming, Max. Max might get nervous. Max, do you want to turn around? I got an eggie for you. Here comes the weed whacker. I'm going to flip the camera here for a minute, folks, and just pop it back up. So I might have to stand with Max when the weed whacker comes. It's okay, honey. I know you're getting nervous. It's okay, buddy. It's okay. Yeah, I know. It's a weed whacker. Want some eggie? Yeah, you eat the eggies. We don't drop the eggies, we can eat the eggies. See? It's okay. It's loud, but Mama's here. You eat over top of my lap so I can catch the crumbs. See, it's okay. You've heard weed whackers before. You've heard them before. Yeah, I know, honey. I know. Yeah. So, folks, if Max gets really nervous when it comes around the corner, we'll end the Facebook stream, or we'll walk away from the stream and leave it streaming in the area, and we'll take Max for a walk with the YouTube stream. Because YouTube I can flip to mobile data. I cannot do that with Facebook. And my Wi-Fi only extends so far. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how Max is doing. It sounds like he's going the other direction, so he might just be doing the edges here. Fingers are crossed, Max. I know, is that a good eggie? Yeah. Good thing I saved it for when the weed whacker was there. Do you smell the scent of gas from the weed whacker? I know. Okay. Little crumblies. Yeah, I don't care about the crumblies. I just care if you drop the big one. Yeah, you could see Max's body language, how nervous he was getting when the weed whacker was there. So we did get a Bok. So I'm going to tell you something I've got planned for the streamy stream. And I just want to check what time is it. And how much. Yeah, okay. So we've been going almost an hour. Once the weed whacker goes, I'm going to do a little bit of claw trimming. Because I talked about it yesterday on our pop-up stream on YouTube. And I brought some clippers out today so I can show you how we clip Max's claws. And actually, when I was streaming on Friday, my stream dropped. It still showed me as going live, but I suddenly kept losing people because apparently it froze and just quit transmitting. And I've had YouTube do that to me before, and YouTube said that my stream was an hour and 20 minutes long in one place, and the same stream showed as being an hour and 2 minutes long in another, so I talked to myself for 18 minutes. There's my coffee, Max. So yeah, we talked about deliveries and all that. But yeah, other question I sometimes get, and I'll answer it for you. What do you do if you want to send Max something? We've got a GoFundMe happening right now for Greta's Roost, and it's honestly a lovely gift for Max if you make a donation to that. Link is in Facebook. It's pinned comment with the live stream. YouTube, it's in the description of live stream. Anywhere you are, you can go to our website. Facebook has it super easy. All Facebook has to do is hit send us a message, look at the frequently asked questions, and click on does Max have a website, and it'll take you right there. Website has answers to a lot of things. It has some goodies on it. It has links to our merch stores. It has links to the GoFundMe and all that good stuff. So, Max, oh, this is really dusty, huh? Let's just give it a quick wipe down. So we were asked yesterday how I trim Max's claws. And Max, I trim his claws. It's very easy. And I use these. These are a pair of cat or dog clippers. And they've got a little guard on them right here. And what I do is I just pull the guard up so it covers. So I know exactly how deep the nail's going. And Max, first thing I do is I ask for permission. Max, would it be okay if I gave your nails a little bit of trimmy trims? Trimmy trims. And I'm just going to point down just a little bit further on angle. Sorry, folks. Let's just do a little bit of an angle. Max is still in. There we go. I want to make sure that you've got his feet here. You can see what happens. So Max, I'm going to trim a toesies. Is that okay? I'm going to position the trimmer. I've asked him for permission. I'm going to position the trimmer. I've got my hand right in here. And he's watching. He's given consent. And I'm just going to give a little crunch. There we go. And as I'm trimming, I'm just trimming off the littlest bit. I'm going to show you on my hand here. I just trimmed off the littlest bit on the end. And I always feel for what does it feel like. I've trimmed enough of Max's nails to know what it feels like when I start getting higher towards the quick. And I don't trim too much at a time. Now, consent-based trimming. Parrot SOS will help teach you how to do this. I figured it out on my own, and oh my goodness, when I saw that Parrot SOS had a course on it, it's like, man, where were you when I was trying to figure out how to trim parrot claws? I'm going to do this claw next, Max, if that's okay. So I actually am using my finger as the guide here. I've got the trimmer, I've got Max's claw, I've got my finger, and I'm going to go cut. And there's just a little bit. Can I get that one again, honey? Still felt kind of dry. Come a little bit higher on it. Oops. I'm just going to do a trimmy trims. Yeah. Just go a little bit more on that claw. Notice that Max is watching very carefully. Max is very aware that if I trim too high, it could hurt. Oh, that was so good, honey. And I'm just going to come in here and just catch the angle just a little bit to get that little sharp edge off. I could use a nail file for that as well. But yeah, I'm just going to sort of crunchy crunch a little bit here. So I know my hand is a little bit in the way, but I like to be able to see what I'm doing. So me seeing is more important than you seeing. Now, if you don't know how to trim claws and you've never trimmed a claw, don't just start doing it. Talk to your vet first. Talk to someone like Parrot SOS. Get somebody who's trained to show you. I know, Max. I know. You want to be super careful. There's a quick in the nail. Now, the position of the quick in the nail, and this is something that people don't always realize, is the quick in the nail, it's basically a blood vessel. If there's a blood vessel, there's nerves. But the quick in the nail, and the same thing happens with cats and dogs. When you trim the nail, it will actually retract up the nail a bit. Oh, you're giving a clip. Okay, can I get this one? I'm going to go behind. I know you can't see behind quite as well. Is that okay, Max? No, you leave your toesy there. And I've got my finger there so that Max can actually pull his nail away from the clipper, but he can't accidentally push it further into the clipper. And I'm just going to do a couple of little nibbles. I don't take off too much because I want to have control over how much I'm taking. If I hit that quick, what's going to happen is Max will bleed and he will scream like no tomorrow because it will hurt. And the nail, I find, actually has a little bit of a feel to it. When I trim that nail, I can feel sort of when it feels dry and crunchy, and I can feel when it sort of, the texture's a little bit richer. And when it gets that richer texture, I know I'm getting closer to the quick, so I quit clipping. I don't have to clip all at once. I don't have to trim it all at once. So like cutting hair. If you're cutting your own hair, don't just say, I think I'll take 3 inches off, because then when your hair dries, especially your bangs, take 3 inches off your bangs and you let it dry, you got the micro fringe. Come on, ladies, we've all been there, right? We've all thought, I'll just trim my own bangs, and then it's been a horrible thing to trim too high. Trim a little bit off, look in the mirror, check it out when it's dry. If you need more, you trim a little bit more. You don't trim it all at once because you're going to be wearing a hat for weeks, right, Max? That one there, I'm going to get that nail too. Can I come underneath your foot? So I just make sure that the angle is where I can see what's going on. And Max sees what's going on. He's watching me carefully. He knows what's happening. Well, that was a nice dry one. Yeah, nice dry. Can I get another little nibble? Oh, so dry, honey. Yeah, that one's really ready to go. Yeah. So I'm just nibbling this one up a little bit further. As I've said before, Max likes his nails a little on the longer side. Okay, that one started feeling chewy's another word that I'll use for when I start getting closer to the quick. Chewy, it's just slight difference between dry and chewy, right? That's sort of what I'm feeling when I'm clipping, and it's not something that you feel the first time you do it. It's after you've clipped 100 nails, you suddenly start feeling and saying, hey, I sort of get what that feels like. So that's why I sort of nibble and sort of go my way up just gently. I know this one does not have a quick in it because this nail it's been damaged for years, and it just seems to always have that little bit of damage to it. Max likes his nails a little bit longer, and I'm just using my finger here. See how I'm going against my finger? But he likes his nails a little bit longer because he likes to swing on them. This particular nail, it sort of had that chip there and it never quite grows out. It's almost as if Max keeps chewing at the chip. Yeah. And Max is saying, I don't want that one done again. No, Mom, we're done that one. No, Mama. And you notice how he's just gently moves it. Oh my goodness, we got a sale on Etsy. Ka-ching ching. That is so awesome. I'll check that out in a few minutes. So Max is a willing participant. The other thing when I'm trimming Max's toes, trimming his nails, if he says that's enough, if he says you trimmed one nail and that's all that you're trimming today, I respect that. I don't have to trim them all. It's not the end of the world. I can come back tomorrow, or we can stop for a snack or a scritchy. Make sure you have treats. Make sure it's a rewarding experience. Max is chill about it. The first time I trimmed his nails, it was a towel and it was the Amityville Horror, and trying to hold him down while I trimmed his nails, it did not work well. When I started trimming his nails without a towel, the first time it was actually through the cage. Now, Max is going to get really upset if I'm just holding his foot and he starts struggling and I don't let go. I've made that mistake with Mango where I gently will rest a finger on top of a toe, and Mango decided I was restraining him just when I was walking. I was just doing what I always do with my flock, and I got bit pretty good because Mango said, you didn't let go when I told you to. And Mango didn't even struggle for long. He just tried to pull his foot, and then he immediately said, oh my gosh, this is wrong. You're holding me. And it's like, I'm sorry, Mango. Shouldn't have done that. But the same with your bird. If you're holding him and he feels like he's out of control, he might fight. That's the reason I keep my finger at the bottom of the nail against the clipper, or I use the little guard on the clipper so that the bird cannot push his nail further through the clipper. Because if the bird panics, pushes his nail through, and you go snip, you're going to hit that quick, you're going to hit a nerve, and your bird's going to scream, and probably followed by you screaming when your bird bites you. But the first time I started trimming Max's nails, it was one toe through the cage, and I was just holding very, very gently. Now it's, he can just sit wherever he wants to sit, and I can trim. Usually we do it on a perch, usually not on my knee, but even though this is a weird place to trim, Max knows what it's about. I don't sneak up with the trimmer. He knows what it is. I had it sitting there. I talked to him about it. I asked for some consent. Right, Max? We asked for some consent, didn't we? And Max has the right to say no. It's the same as a toddler. They've got a right to say no. Let's see, Max. I think there was one more nail back here I wanted to get. Let's see. How's that nail? Can I see that nail, what I'm doing? Not too well. Can I feel it? Yes, I can. And if I lean this way, I can see what I'm doing. But that I find is really important, is making sure that I can see what's going on as I clip, just so I don't clip too far and I see what's going on. Okay. Now notice Max got a little bit nervous on that one. And that, as I said, I nibble on the nail. Do you see how on my finger there's just a bit of nail dust? That's because I'm nibbling at the nail and just taking off a itty bitty teeny bit at a time. Yeah. Now Max's nails are a little bit shorter. Max personally prefers his nails longer. He likes to swing upside down in his cage. Mango, he likes his nails shorter, and Mango actually will get tangled on things if his nails get too long. He'll trip when he's running along his cage. So I pay attention to that. You want to be careful the nails are not so long that they get tangled and stuff. There's people back, so I know I see them too. So the right length may vary. Mango does not like a clipper. I've clipped a couple of nails, but he's not a fan. Mango's preferred way of getting his nails clipped with me is the nail file. Usually at night, he'll run over to the side of the cage and he'll stick his little foot out and he'll show me his nails and he'll look at me. And he'll just stand there on one foot and look at me, and I'll ask him, is this what you want? Do you want your nails? Do you want a pedicure? And he stands there and waits until I bring over the little rotary trimmer. And it's just the same rotary trimmer you use for a cat or a dog. Takes forever on a cockatoo nail, let me tell you. And, I bring it over and I will do that nail. Then I'll do the next nail and I'll ask him for his other foot. And for him, it's his way of saying, it's not bedtime yet, Mama. And it's also his way of saying, this feels really good. I like spending this time. Now, at that hour, I'm not pulling him out of his cage. No way, no siree. Because Mango, if he's up past midnight, if he's up late, it's like a gremlin that you let get wet. Yeah, a mogwai that you let get wet that turns into a gremlin. Mango, it can be the wild child. And often when he's outside the cage playing, he's so full of energy, he does not like to cuddle for long. He does not like to sit still for long. So our thing has just become pedicures at night. And that's fine, that works. Now, one thing when I trim Max's nails, it's the same as if you just clipped your nails, it's going to be sharp. How can I deal with that? I can use a rotary trimmer. Max is now used to that and he does not mind it. Or I can even just use a regular nail file. I can let him run around on some perches and it'll dull the edges of the nails. I don't trim his nails if I'm going to go for a walk immediately after because I know they're going to be sharp, unless I can take a nail file. And a nail file, the nail file you'd use for your own fingernails, an emery board? You want the regular rough emery board, not a super fine one. Nope, that was just, I think that was just a bumblebee, buddy. You leave him alone. But that's the other thing you can do. If you've got a smaller bird, you can just file their nails. Instead of clipping, you can use a nail file. And a nail file can sometimes be a little safer. With a nail file, though, when you start filing, that nail is going to start wobbling back and forth, and the bird's going to get nervous. So you're going to have to hold the nail against the nail file and just make sure that it's your bird does not want his foot to wiggle, but you can hold the nail firmly while you file, just so you're not giving the bird the wonky wiggle dance. Right, Max? The wonky wiggle dance, indeed. Oh, you're such a good boy, Max. I love you, hon. Yeah, you're such a good boy. So, Max, how's my coffee doing? Oh my gosh, coffee is cold. I'm just going to toss it on a plant. I believe that coffee is good for plants, as long as it's cold, and I don't want to drink any more of that. And I also like to make sure that my cup is empty when I go inside. So, Max, did you finish all of your eggie? That was your cup. The eggie's gone. Okay. Oh my goodness, a second purchase on Etsy. That is so amazing. The other thing I'll tell you about Etsy, our next ship date will be Monday. So if you just ordered and you want to add something to your order, you absolutely can. But one thing about Etsy, if you want to order multiple things and you're looking at the shipping cost and you're thinking it's going to add up too much, if it's going to the same address and we're shipping it at the same time, we can combine shipping. And combined shipping means lower shipping costs. The cost between shipping something that is 100 grams and something that is 150 grams is maybe $1, $2. Very cheap. Same as, it's pretty cheap to just add on a little bit of extra weight. So if you're ordering multiple things and thinking, I'll order this month and maybe this in a couple of weeks because shipping's expensive, put both orders in at the same time, and then it's combined shipping. Then you're saving on shipping. We believe in saving on shipping. And if you ordered something and you think, oh, I wanted one more thing and I forgot to add it in, and I see that you ordered two things the same day and I've not shipped the first thing yet, I will combine shipping for you. And I'll refund overages on shipping. That's the way that it rolls. I don't want to overcharge anybody. On coasters, our shipping on coasters is predicated on you picking up a pack of coasters. But if you're just getting one coaster, we can actually send that one a first class mail. We'll reduce the cost. We can only have one shipping profile, but we assume most people are picking up a package of coasters or a group of stuff. So yeah. So Max, I'm going to go check on comments. I'm going to do YouTube comments first. I'm going to go flippy flippies. There we go. Bok 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 cats. A couple people are talking about another channel, Magpie Manor. That's fun. Did you know that Bird Love, Karen, has a channel that she sometimes shares some outdoor birds on? And she's recently opened it so I can actually comment on her videos. They're shorts, but oh my gosh, is it ever so fun to watch what's happening at her feeders. So yeah, a little call out there. If you're welcome, Karen, you're welcome to comment. This is me in the chat, and so that people know how to visit your channel. Go right on ahead. You've got my permission. If you don't have permission, please ask before you try sharing something. If I don't know you, and if you're not a regular, it's not something we approve of, you will not have it shared, and you might earn yourself a ban, especially if you're trying to scam people, right, buddy? Yeah. Hi, Axel Hugs. Yeah, Jordan says a lot of shippers now take a picture of where they put the package because each driver does not know the best place to put it. Yeah, I actually use really descriptive language when I tell drivers where to deliver it. I say the front door on the green shelf, ring doorbell. And if they're not sure if my garage door, which by the way is just a garage door, there's no man door there. If they think that's a front door, there's no green shelf there. There's no shelf there. So hopefully that clues them in that they're at the wrong spot. So, and sometimes if I've got enough room, I'll say, front door is, you need to walk up the steps just so that people know where to go. And it's not far at all. It's just a couple of steps and just around to the front. But if a driver does deliver properly, we make sure that we give them kudos on that. It's little things. It really is. But yeah, behind a garage door, if I'm expecting something, I watch carefully for delivery notifications and I book it out the minute that the delivery's been dropped off. If I don't see it out front, I check out back. But if I'm not expecting something, it might sit there. Myself and a few neighbors will text each other if we notice something out back. One of my neighbors works downtown. I work out of the house. She'll text me and she'll say, can you check on package? And I know that means check on the package. If it's been, she may not have a picture of where the package was left. And if she does not, she assumes that they're going to dump it behind her garage. And she likes Lululemon. So, expensive. So she'll text me and say, if you're around, can you? And I usually will check. And if something's behind her garage, I'll run it around to her front. Occasionally she'll ask me to hold a package for her if it's high value and she's really worried about it. But otherwise, I'll hide it behind her goose. What is that? That's a little statue. And if you hide it behind there, it's behind a pillar. And unless you know exactly where you're looking, you're not going to find it. But if she's also not sure, sometimes it's in the front, but it's right in the middle of a walkway or something, I'll just tuck it behind her goose, just so that it's out of the way. I had a friend drop off a package to me one day, and she left me a message saying, and it wasn't just a friend, it was actually Di from B2B Dance, Ballroom to Burlesque Dance. I'm going to give her a little bit of a shout out here. And tell you folks, did you know that I actually dance? And it's an online troupe of dancers, all levels. So even if you're brand new to dance, all women of all ages are welcome. And if you identify as a woman, you're going to be welcome too, folks. We dance online off of Zoom, and we meet together a couple times a week, once for dance, once for dance fitness. And if you are interested in this, send me a message and I can get you an invite to a free day of dance. You can drop in with me as my guest. And it's so much fun. We do a lot of different genres. We do a little bit of a warm-up, a bit of a routine, and we really have a lot of fun. Right, Max? It's a great group of folks. But she dropped off a shirt to me that she had done for the girls that have been dancing with her for years, and it says B2B Queen. It's super sweet. And she drops it off, and I knew it was coming. She checked with me my size, and she dropped it off to me, and she messaged me to say dropped off something outside. And I was actually out. So now I know Di's really good about hiding stuff because she's dropped stuff off to me before. So I got home and I went looking, and it's like, well, where is it? It wasn't behind my garage, and she's not going to do that. I get out onto the patio and I'm looking behind the water barrel and I'm checking in the hedges, and I look, and she had it so well tucked behind a plant pot, I couldn't see it at first. So, it was absolutely safe and, just oh so sweet of her. And I just love that. I really, really did. Super sweet of her. Same with, if we ever get a delivery from Parrot Trends. Usually Parrot Trends is in town a couple times a month, and often at Parrot Club events. And so quite often if I put an order into her, she'll say, hey, are you going to be, around? And then if I'm going to pick it up, I don't have to pay shipping, which is fantastic. But quite often I'll have a big heavy order, and I'll order, a lot of stuff, and to ship it via Canada Post is going to be ridiculous. And there's enough stuff that it's worth her while. She'll just drop it off here. And sometimes she'll tell me she's going to be out and about. Can I meet her? And sometimes she'll say, I'm going to be driving past, because the access to major thoroughfare is pretty close, and it's only a few minutes out of her way, which is super, super sweet of her. But at Christmas, a bunch of our friends online bought Max and the Flock some gifts. And what they did is, they ordered them through Parrot Trends, and she's great. She only ships to Canada. You don't even need her address. You just tell her that it's something for Max. and she'll get it to us. If there's a Parrot event coming, like Palooza in the fall, she'll hold it for us for pickup in the fall, like if it's coming up on Parrot Palooza in a couple of weeks. For Christmas, she dropped things off. She had people asking her to gift wrap things. She had all of these gift bags. And I know I shared the picture, but it was, she basically checked that I was going to be around and then dropped it off and just kept dropping it off. There were so many bags, and I was just overwhelmed. And that's one of the reasons we asked for the GoFundMe for Max's hatchiversary, is we want to support the birds at Greta's Roost this time and just do something right there as a gift for Max, to support his feathered friends at the Roost, at Greta's Roost, and that just felt right. Max? Max has got you back to us right now, but she'll drop stuff off. She'll make sure that we're here, and she'll even message me when she's on arrival so that I know to meet her at the door, because we always yip yap and visit a bit. But you can just message her and say, I want to get something to Max, and she can make that happen. And she can also, if you're ordering something and you're not sure if it's appropriate, ask. She's got birds herself. She'll tell you. She's a great person, and that's Sandy at Parrot Trends. But although it'll tell you can't ship, she does not ship out of Canada, just send her a message and she'll get you hooked up. She'll fix it up for you. So she's great that way. But yeah, other shipments, I mean, you never know about, right? But, people like Sandy, I sometimes try and have some goodies for her as well, just to say thank you for a drop off. But she's a great lady, right, Max? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah, I think shipping, it's, and delivery, it's a hard job. It really is. Oops, not answering that right now. One thing I do try to do, if the delivery person rings the doorbell when they drop and I'm expecting something, I frequently see the truck as it pulls up. And if I can book it to the front door quick enough, as soon as I open the door, I just shout out thank you loud enough that they'll hopefully hear me from where they are, and hopefully they know that I'm saying thank you to them. But I try to make, I try to sort of show a little bit of gratitude as well. Because if the shippers dropped it where I want and they've rung the doorbell, and usually it's our UPS driver, he's fantastic. And quite often I've opened the door to grab something, yelled thank you, and I suddenly hear you're welcome, and he's 2 doors down at my neighbor. But it's just that little thing. It's, we don't say thank you enough sometimes, right, Max? Yeah. Oh boy, Max. Yeah. Hey, Load. Hey, Black Cat. Yeah, Mountain Girl says she can handle weed whackers, but she hates leaf blowers. Yeah, it's all about how they're maintaining the grass and the bushes and everything else around here, right, Max? Yeah. And I can, I get it. I understand the weed whackers. I understand that there's some areas here which, you look over there, there's not enough grass to really take a lawnmower to. You're going to use a weed whacker. You're going to use a weed whacker at the edges. It makes sense. Yeah. Hola, Christopher. Hola, Christopher. Christopher was here yesterday. He's from Mexico. Yeah. Load, I'm sorry I was not catching up on comments. And if I've not said hello to you, I'm probably 10 pages up in comments right now. I'm getting there. Oh my goodness, Black Cat. Black Cat sent 5 Max the Moluccan gift memberships on YouTube. Now, memberships to our channel, it's a little bit different. You can subscribe for free, but memberships are something that's pretty cool. It gets you a special icon beside your name. It's a small amount that helps support the channel. It gets you some special emoji icons, and I'll ask my friends on YouTube to toss those up in the chat. They're super fun. You get some behind the scenes comments, some content, some photos, sometimes some updates on us that we don't share in the full public. You get early access to our daily Monday to Friday videos, the longer form videos, and we always try to call you out. It's a great way to support. But I want to remind folks, even watching our videos, a like, a comment, anything like that supports our channel. You know, you don't have to spend money to support us, but we definitely do appreciate it when you do. So Black Cat. Oh, and on Facebook we've got a supporters page, Max the Moluccan Supporters, and that one you get uncut videos, you get some extra content, and anybody from our supporters groups, whether you've got a gift membership or not, when you purchase from Etsy, make sure you let us know who you are, and we'll do something a little extra special for you. We do some discounts sometimes. Sometimes we'll tuck something extra in a package, but we try to make sure that you know that you're appreciated. Sometimes it's even something like a handwritten note. Okay, so gift memberships. And these are all random from Black Cat. Black Cat. Oops. Oh, that sun just came out, buddy. Max, I'm just going to have to shade you a little bit here to catch this. Who did they go to? Beverly, the nice one, Martin, Weston Campbell, Dana, oh my goodness, Dana, fashion creator, Super Orion Pet, oh my goodness, thank you. Yes, Mountain Girl, we are Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And that's granularity we will give our location at. We try not to give our exact location because we don't want people walking up to our house. That's just creepy and we'd have to move. But we will let you know if we're going to events in Calgary and where you can find Max. Stampede Breakfast, I actually messed up. I set up a post when I got to Stampede Breakfast. And I posted it to private rather than to public. So I told people where I was and I said, come find us. Other thing you can do, if we're going to a public event in Calgary that Max is going to be at, and I can only do this for a few people at the event, so if I have 100 people do this, we can't do this for 100 people. But if you're the first person who does it, and, you know, we'll pick a random number. If it's a busy event, we might say every 30th person who does it gets a bonus. They might get a magnet, a sticker or something. You'll definitely get a business card, and we might ask Max to Bok for you. But if you run up to us at a public event and you look at Max and you go Bok, 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 Bok enthusiastically, we'll have something for you. We can't do a Congo line of Bokkers. So if you're at an event and there's 20 people in a row Bokking, it's the first one box who gets a treat. And then we wait until it dies down, and then we wait for somebody else to come up. But it's a way for us to reward our super fans who watch us all the time, and who know the secret. If you're from out of town and you're going to be in Calgary and you're here on a vacation, let us know. If you're a super fan, and by super fan, I mean you're somebody who's regularly commenting or regularly on streams, and we know your name. And know your name in a good way, not because we're calling you out for being rude, but because you're part of a really active community. Let us know, and we'll try and see if we can get a meetup with you while you're in town. We do that a few times a year with people. We don't guarantee it, but if you're a regular, we try to set that up. Now just going to give you a quick view. Yeah, that's our Facebook camera that you're seeing on the YouTube camera right now. Its camera's all the way down, and we're doing a handheld right now on YouTube. Max is preening a bit. Black Cat, you are awesome. Yeah, son, Max is throwing the occasional tantrum. Ooh, Christopher says, hello, mi amigo. And I hope I pronounced that correctly. Mountain Girl, all babies throw tantrums. It's the same like all toddlers throw tantrums. Big, big feelings. Yeah, oh my goodness, people are still hanging out with us here. Awesome. Thank you, Uncle K. I see you're doing a bit of moderation on people who are being unkind. We appreciate you so much. Bye, Marco. Oh my goodness. Hello, Eyes. Or Ace? If I don't know how to pronounce your name, please feel free to correct me. I want to get it right. Does my parrot ever fly away? Well, Max, when he's outside, he's wearing a harness. Depending on your angle, this is the back of the harness here. This is the leash of the harness here. I'm trying to get it on all the cameras. And then if you look around front, you can see that it goes underneath his wings. He always wears a harness, so it's a safety thing. If he tries to fly, he's not going to get more than a couple feet, and we wear an aviator harness. Right, Max? Black Cat, so glad you were here. Thank you, thank you. You are awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely, you have to be so careful with birds in the outdoors. My rule of thumb is the birds, they're only allowed outside on a harness or inside of a carrier. They need to be safe and secure. I do not want the heartbreak of having a lost bird. And while Max, yeah, I can probably predict him, but I'm going to show you something here. Right from where I'm sitting. First danger, take a look there. Sorry, folks, I'm going to change the camera angle. Take a look there. That is called a busy, busy road. And if Max flew out onto that road, do you think a car would stop if he landed on the road? The car might not even notice him. He could easily get hurt. Second danger, I'm going to point you out the same direction, and I'm also going to point upwards. Take a look at that, the roofs. It's pretty high up there, the roofs. Across the street here, 3-story buildings. This building, 2-story in the front, 3-story in the back. Some of them are 3 stories in even our complex. I don't want somebody on a roof. I don't want to have to climb up the roof. Now you're beginning to get the idea. What else am I going to show you? I'm going to say, take a look. Those are trees. Those trees are tall. Max got up a tree, I'd have a hard time getting him down, and he would not know how to fly down. If Max got lost, he could get hit by a coyote or a hawk. He could land in front of a dog and not realize that dog isn't unfriendly. He could get lost and hide in a bush because he's so scared. He's scared to say something, and I could be looking for him for hours, and he'd just be hiding there quietly. I've had Tico hide inside the house, inside of a closet, and if I can lose my African Grey inside of a closet inside the house, I hate to think about the great outdoors. Yeah. Barbara, so glad to hear from you. Oh, you're moving locally again. So exciting. Bok Bok Bok, Randall. Yeah. Awesome. I'm just going to catch up on... Okay, Max, I'm going to switch cameras. And I'm going to grab our Facebook camera. There's our Facebook camera. I'm going to flip it. There we go. And there's our YouTube camera set up for those people in Facebook land. And here's our secondary camera. I know, it's kind of wild doing a dual stream, isn't it? With multiple devices. Hello. Yeah, it's exciting. I think you just made someone's day. Hi, Chris from Tennessee. Casper the cockatoo. Hi from New York. So exciting. Hi, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Hello, Christine. Linda said, I just ordered a t-shirt but found no place to put Patio. Linda, I will get your t-shirt to you. I'm so excited about that. And awesome. Hi, Gaynor. Yeah, Angie. Oh my goodness. Angie says, can you guys keep fingers crossed that Facebook restrictions end sooner? Because somebody reported me for replying to a message I was reported wrongly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm actually the first one to report when people are trying to scam people with bird pages, when they're trying to sell bird eggs and whatnot. I've occasionally had retaliatory people as well. It's frustrating, but I try to do the right thing, which is called protecting people, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, folks, I want to say thank you to everybody on Facebook who joined us today. I'm going to hang out on YouTube for a couple minutes longer because I'm going to pick up the phone and go for a short walk. I cannot do that with my Facebook phone because I'm tethered to Wi-Fi on Facebook. But I want to say thank you to all my Facebook peeps who joined us. Thank you for the stars, and thank you for joining us. Bok Bok, everybody on Facebook. I'm also running out of charge on Facebook, so yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Facebook people. What do you think, Max? Oh, big stretchy. There we go. All right, YouTube folks, I'm going to be here for a few minutes longer. Bingo. Okay, there we go. Gotta do that so I know where my phone is. Hey, Maxies. All right, I'm gonna pick up my YouTube phone next. Here we go, Max. Max and Mom. Actually, you know what I'm gonna, Max, you wanna step up for a minute? Steppers. Here we go. We're gonna stand all the way up. All the way up. Here we go. Hello. Hi. Yeah, it's a door. Yeah. Bok, 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 bok. Bok, 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 bok. What? Bok. Oh, this is well worth waiting for, Max. A bockatoo, a cluckatoo. Oh, Max, I know. Hang on a minute, Max. I just need to tuck into my shoes properly. I just shuffled into these. My other shoes just died out completely. The sole cracked through on me. And it was very, very wet last time I went for a walk with them. There we go. Yeah, I like slip-on shoes when I'm out with the bird because it's easy. So I'm just going to take my friends here on YouTube. I'm going to flip us around for a minute. And I'm just going to go on a short walk. It will flip over to cell phone Wi-Fi. So you're with me, folks. Yeah, Marie, Max says mom. He gets excited. Hello. Okay, so yeah. So we talked about yesterday's storm. You can see that my plants got a pretty good beating from the heavy rain. Oops. You just went poop, didn't you, Max? Hopefully those ones come back, but you can see that there's a whole bunch of petunias down. Petunias down! All right, I'm just going to catch the door. It's fun standing on one foot. Over here, you can see that we've had a whole bunch of gravel that's washed out from up here. I mean, that was basically just from that heavy rain. Now I'm going to hold the camera, and I don't know if you can see it, but at the very end of the walkway there, that's our dry pond. It's just so full of water. Yeah. Okay, Max. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the mulch was definitely knocked asunder by all that rain. Yeah, we've actually got a groove and unburied, what do you call that? Irrigation tubing from that rain. It was such a storm. Yeah. Let's walk over here, Max, okay? Let's walk. All right, we might stall for a minute as it hops onto cell phone connection. But yeah, you can see how much dirt was just kicked up over here, just on the walking paths. You know, and the rivulets. I mean, it just carved rivulets into this side here. There's so much rain, right, Max? All right, let's go down here. And we're just gonna go for a short walk, Max. All right, yeah. That is all from just washout from the beds. And that used to be some of our mulch. And there's some more. I actually went for a walk last night just to see what was happening down at the end because we had this road blocked off. I'm just going to walk over here for a minute. But at the very end there, the road was actually blocked off. And, you know, we had traffic all the way back and past this intersection. We actually had a police officer on this intersection closing it. We had, I think, about 6 cars down at the far intersection underwater. We have the dry pond over there. I'm just going to zoom in on the dry pond for you folks. There you go. You see all that water down there? That is supposed to be a dry pond. That's actually used as a soccer field or a football field for those of you who are not in North America. But it's used as a soccer field when it's dry. But, you know, you can just see how much water we've had here, how much of a deluge. You know, it's, you know, grass is pretty green out here. It got pretty well washed. But yeah, and then, I mean, this is all downhill along here. And the water was just flowing down it like a river. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, your nails are sharp, honey. Did somebody just trim them? Oh yeah, somebody did. Yeah, and there's some more gravel that's been knocked out of this area here. So yeah, very, very heavy rain. Right, buddy? Oh, I know, Max. Life is very, very tough. Life is tough when you're a cockatoo. Yeah, okay. Let's go back in here and see if we can get one more Bok Bok, okay? Hey, Max. Bok Bok, Bok Bok Bok. Bok Bok. Oops. Oh my goodness, folks. But yeah, I just wanted to take you on a short walk. New here, welcome to the flock. Make sure you give us a like, make sure you give us a follow, and come back for more fun content. We've got some shorts scheduled. I'll walk over to the dry pond with Max after I file his nails, and we'll see if we can get a couple of shorts and some video footage there. But yeah, so glad you joined us today, folks. Big Bok Bok. Can I get a Bok Bok Bok? Bok Bok. Max, have you got a Bok Bok? Bok. Bok Bok. Bok Bok. Bok Bok. All right, I'll take that. That's the strangest dog. What about a robin? Can you do a robin? Got a brand new robin this week. We only do robins when there's robins. Okay. Well, thank you, folks, for joining us. Glad we were able to stream up on the patio. If you missed parts of the stream, we actually did a pedicure live during the stream, which is why some of Max's nails need a little bit of a file right now. We just trimmed them. We didn't file them. So I need to take care of that. And yeah, we had some munchies, we chatted, we talked about the storm, and it was really gorgeous to sit out on the patio with everybody today. So yeah, absolute fun. Thanks for joining us, folks, and we'll see you again, same time, same place next week for the stream. We'll try and do at least one pop-up stream this week, and our regular content, so make sure you check out some of that. Always having fun. We love each and every one of you. Bok Bok. Okay, buddy. Here we go. We're going to go end. There's the end button.